Good morning to everybody. A warm welcome to the Global HSSE Conference, 3rd edition. At the outset, a warm welcome to Honorable Union Minister for Labour, Shri Bandaru Dattatreya Garu, Honorable Member of Parliament and Member of various parliamentary committees, Shri Jithender Reddy Garu, my colleague Arvind Bodhankar, CEOs and leaders representing various organizations who are present here, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, a warm welcome. It's truly a memorable day in terms of what we have achieved so far. And for all those who gathered here and those who couldn't, it's truly a memorable day. For me personally, it's a remarkable day, for you have trusted, you have actually given me opportunity to serve as chairman of the Global HSSE Committee for second time. And this event was launched, as you're aware, in 2013, funded by Care India first time. We had more than 600 delegates in that, followed by second one in Dubai in 2015, last year. And now we are in Delhi back. This event has grown by leaps and bounds, from one organization supporting to as many as 30 plus organizations today supporting this event. It's quite broad-based. From oil and gas, we moved on, had steel, mining, fabrication, IT, electrical industry supporting the event today. Just to give you the context, the objective of this conference is basically to share a platform or provide a platform to HSSE professionals and leaders to share the best practices. You know, we have a lot of conferences going on, most of them are commercial oriented, but this is a purely professional orientated, run by professionals from within the industry. The steering committee has more than 25 members, some of them executive directors of various companies. You know, dedicated professionals toiled over last 6 months to put this event together. As chairman of the Global HSSE Committee, I thought it's my privilege to present you a state of HSSE, like a state of union address, somewhat similar. Where are we on HSSE today, and how did we evolve or move over this journey on to achieve business excellence? I think if you remember, over the last century, HSSE made progress by leaps and bounds. From no regulation, from no compliance to today, exceeding compliance is what we achieved over the years, especially in the last 2 decades. We tended to be more towards realizing the value of HSSE, not just for the sake of it, but we are trying to realize true value from HSSE. And that can only happen when we integrate HSSE as a core value. And that's where companies are moving today. More and more companies today recognize HSSE is not an island, not an isolated department. It is everyone's responsibility, and it truly delivers business value. And there are many reasons why this change has happened, predominantly led by the regulatory prerogatives or imperatives, and followed by the stakeholder pressures from community especially, and from the employees. Also, a series of incidents that shook the world, and the latest being Macando, and followed by within India, closer our shores, the incident that happened in the last 2-3 years have shaken industry from stupor. And people are called for explanation. It's no more the days where there is an incident and nobody takes care of it. Media wouldn't bother, people wouldn't bother. It's just, you know, gone few days in the memory and then gone. But today, the things are changing quite fast. So the activism, in a way, is helping businesses to be more accountable and more responsible. And to affect the transformation in the industry, there has been a lot of work done by organizations, some of the institutions, academic as well as the professional bodies. And this I see as one of those professional events that shape up the things for future. The example of industry fatality rates dropping over the last century is a typical case I can quote here. In the mining industry, there used to be around 300 fatalities for 100,000 employees per annum. Today, it's less than 9, global average. In oil and gas industry, if you look at OGP, the fatality rates for 100 million man-hours used to be around 4, 3.8 to 4. Today it's somewhere just below 1. So there's a lot of progress made. Industry is moving ahead with changes in technology being imbibed. And as I said, the sustainable development model, which the world is adopting now, has HSE as an integral part. Most of you may be aware that of these 17 sustainable development goals, 7 of them are purely related to HSE. That's the significance of HSE today. So we are moving from HSE to sustainable development agenda gradually. And UNFCCC has released a document after COP21, which has highlighted again the need for sustainable development and need for cutting the GHGs, global warming gases. Now, the greenhouse gases. The Government of India itself has implemented the National Voluntary Guidelines on Social, Environmental and Economic Responsibilities for Businesses, released by Ministry of Corporate Affairs. And you also are looking at 2% mandated CSR spending. And road safety is one of those schedule items, which can be counted under the CSR. So there are a lot of things happening, very, very positive developments. And it is for us as professionals to lead this path, to lead this journey forward. So what are the things coming up in the future? If you look at, I'm not doing crystal gazing, I think I'm trying to say that there are few developments that could shape up the future of HSE throughout the world. Number one is ISO 45001, which is a standard which will replace OSHA's 18001, will become a benchmark document in future for health and safety management. I spoke about COP21, the INDCs, the contributions from each country, which is binding, right, would take shape in the years to come. And a lot of action has been initiated. Very heartening to see actually the governments, the industry body or bodies, as well as the United Nations framework are working together very, very closely to set a realistic targets on the renewable energies. Within Government of India, we have committed to 100 gigawatts of solar energy, and which is a huge target for our country. I think this is another thing that would shape up the future as we move towards renewable energy. And the last but not the least, most important right now as we speak, is about the market volatility. All of us, with respect to whichever domain we work, we are seeing the economic recession globally, and no one knows where the oil is heading. And we came from somewhere around $127 to roughly about $27, $30 basket now. And commodities similarly have nosedived on falling consumption patterns globally. That puts pressure on the industry. The bottom lines are under pressure. How we as HSE professionals manage the new paradigm of low-cost operations. The first victim typically would be the squeeze on budgets of HSE within. And then second one is about the manpower rationalization, which would leave a lot of stress on the employees. I'm quoting some of the examples, some of the studies done by the global bodies, UK HSE, as well as Bucknell's study in 2015. In the realms of the falling commodity prices, the research has shown that employees they are under increasing stress, which could lead to occupational illnesses. So that is a challenge in front of us as we speak today. So how do we manage as HSE professionals? How do we balance the risk that is posed because of the global economic scenario versus what we must do as an imperative for industry? So that's where our judgmental call need to be taken. And I'm sure as professionals here, you're well tuned to or well geared up to take such decisions. And I'm sure in the next 2 days, we'll have a lot of deliberations on this subject, on how do we manage HSE in these tough times, how do we shape the future for a business excellence. And the sessions over 2 days have more than 6 panel discussions, about 8 technical sessions, more than 70 speakers in front of you. Please do take this opportunity to enrich your knowledge. I'm sure there'll be a lot of takeaways from the sessions. And I once again wish you all the best and have a safe couple of days here and in future. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister for Labour, Government of India, Shri Bandaru Dattatreya ji, Chairman Global HSSE, Shri.Hari Kumar, Mr. Arvind Bodhankar, Dr. Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, CEO who has arrived from Bahrain, especially for this, and Tressa Budworth, Wada Ghanem, Mr. Surya Rauji, Philip Turner, and respected CEOs and executive members. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers for inviting me for this conference on creating a safe and substantial future through business excellence. Our Constitution under Article 39E states that the state shall in particular direct its policy towards securing the health and strength of workers, men and women. The Supreme Court in Consumer Education and Research Centers and other versus Union of India observed that the right to health and medical care to protect one's health and vigor while in service or post-retirement is a fundamental right of a worker under Article 21 read with Article 39E, 41, 43 and 48A. It further held that the compelling necessity to work in an industry exposed to health hazards due to indigence to breadwinning for himself and his dependents should not be at the cost of health and vigor of the workman. It is emphasized as a duty that the state ought to undertake measures to ensure socio-economic security of citizens so as to prevent them from being forced into unsuitable forms of labor. There is a national policy on safety, health and environment at the workplace that prescribes the creation and adoption of occupational safety and health OSH standards, including multiple safety and health status that regulate OSH of persons in different sectors like manufacturing, mining, ports and construction. However, there is a comprehensive national law in the country that addresses the range of health hazard related issues across sectors, especially states, since labor falls in the co-current list. As a catalyst for nurturing business excellence, there is a need to consider precise policy regulations and a sustained political commitment for introducing meaningful industrial reforms, including compliance standards that address the health and safety requirements across sector in all inclusive manners, which accounts for an evolution of the types of health hazards in various jobs across sectors. The presence of an effective health delivery system to address them, including measures for the protection and prevention of serious occupational health hazards. I would like to congratulate the organizers and participants for providing such a welcome platform to engage stakeholders on which a relevant discourse which shall inform and set the benchmark for standards that will create a substantial business environment for the future. This particularly is a written one which I have been told to say. But from my heart I would like to say that I am really happy to see so many CEOs and so many members here from various companies who are concerned about the health of their workers. I would like to say that I come from a newly born state, the Telegana state, that is the 29th state of the country. We are just born, we are only 20 months old. Our Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao has taken lots of efforts and he is concerned a lot with the health of the workers. Particularly if you see, I would like to mention that in North Telangana, there are a lot of BD workers. When the BD workers, when they start doing their work from the morning to evening, there are chances of getting cancer. But nobody really looks after them. Only a mask has to be provided to them. If a mask is provided to them, I think their health will be really looked after. But the small things like that have been neglected. So seeing that personally, he has announced 1,000 rupees pension, 1,000 rupees for those people, for the families who are manufacturing these BDs, so that their health will not be deteriorated, and they also look after themselves with not only the masks but also with proper medicine. So this is a simple, small example which I have given. So these type of small things can really help the workers, and I am very happy to see so big a companies participating in this health safety environment, these 2 days function which you have done. And I think that really the workers of India, the people, will be looked after for their health. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Vimy. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. First of all, I feel really privileged and honored to propose the vote of thanks for this August session. In fact, a historical session. All the safety heads, environment, health and heads across the country and across the globe, in fact, I would say. Events, organizing events like this is not an overnight job, and it requires a lot of planning at micro level as well as micro level. And the team sitting over here, the organization committee, as Mr. Hari Kumar mentioned, sat through number of occasions and decided the whole structure. And the one key thing which we wanted to have is who should be presiding over the inaugural session. And after just scanning through a couple of names, we narrowed down that there is no other better person than Mr. Bandaru Dattatreya. He is the Union Minister for Employees and Labor. And safety, what we talk about, is very close to employees and labor. So first of all, thank you, sir, for accepting our invite and being over here and addressing the people over here. Similarly, I would like to also extend thanks to Mr. Jithender Reddy, who is the Honorable MP from Mahbubnagar. I worked a lot in Mahbubnagar area and I know that very well. And it's developing like anything. P&G's, Owens Corning and many other companies are coming up over there. Coming to, sir, the entire health and safety environment community or fraternity which is sitting over here, they are really grateful to you on accepting the invitation first of all. And we are not only encouraged, but with your gracious presence, we are immensely benefited by the address which you made just now. Mr. Reddy mentioned about the BD workers which are there in Telangana, and a lot of work is happening in that area. And Honorable Sir, you mentioned about the Make in India. And Make in India cannot be successful unless we have health and safety improved in our areas where we are working in the So one of the imperative for Make in India to be successful is improving the health and safety for the workers in the organized sector as well as unorganized sector. So we have taken your advice, sir, and on behalf of the HSE fraternity which is sitting over here, I assure you that we have taken your advice and suggestions, and we will definitely work on that area to improve the health and safety in the India as well as the countries who are participating over here. So thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Shri.Hari Garu and Shri Manohar Garu and Shri Hon'ble Parliament Member and TRS Party floor leader in the Parliament, Shri Jithender Reddy Garu, and our dignitaries and ladies and gentlemen, I feel happy to be here to inaugurate the conference on health, safety and environment with theme creating safe and sustainable future through the business excellence. Through this conference, I hope the best occupational safety and health practices will be shared, helping the industry and workers reach their businesses objectives, thereby furthering the nation building process. Under my ministry, Labour and Employment, we have DG Firstly, which takes up the issues relating to the occupational safety and health. For me, safety and security of the worker is the paramount interest. Workplace, health and safety play a very vital role in improving the wellness of employees and improve productivity. After this new government, led by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, his major flagship program is Make in India. In this Make in India, going to improve the more investments from the different parts of the world and also within India. And I am definitely hopeful that by this Making India and also Digital India and Skill India, these three initiatives which the new government has taken will definitely create millions of jobs in the industry. And for that effort only, we want to boost the industrial growth. And we have been initiated many innovative creativity has been given the highest priority. So that's why this Startup India campaign, which is going to be the major, we will be challenge the face of our country and put in the front row of the most developed nations. Friends, the important aspect to the industrial labor and industry. This government, we wanted to do many labor laws are there. The 44 labor laws are there. We wanted to go into reform for rationalization, simplification and amalgamation of all these 44 central labor acts will come into exist 4 labor codes. The one is the code on wages. Second one is code on industrial relation. And third one is code on social security. And fourth one is safety and security, working conditions. These are the 4 codes will going to become. It is in the now the process. Already I have gone through the trade unions, tripartite meetings and other our industry friends and state governments. I definitely hopeful with this 44 labor laws converting into 4 labor codes will going to change the shape of the industry and as well as the workers' welfare. For this we need a cooperative atmosphere. A conducive atmosphere is necessary. Without conducive atmosphere, Without proper relation, we cannot exist any friendly atmosphere. So that's why, and in my organization, in the labor department, we have two major organizations. One is EPFO, Employees Provident Fund Organization, which constitutes approximately 4 crore 30 lakh employees are there. And establishments in my portal, approximately 8 lakh 80,000 establishments have come on this portal. For this EPFO organization, we are going to regulations and now more user friendly. More reforms have come in the EPFO. And also under second my organization, that is ESIC. Under ESIC, we are giving health services approximately to the 8 crore families of the workers. And in this also, in this ESIC, we have started second generation of reforms, which is going to shape the entire hospitals of my ESIC. Because we need better services for the workers. That's why the second generation of reforms for cleanliness and maintaining with the technology, we want use technology friendly, even in the EPFO or EPF or ESIC, because we want a transparent, a accountable government that will create a healthy atmosphere. So that's why for a transparency and accountability, we are making all these reforms. And friends, lastly, this conference is a good platform to share the best HSE practices, and our government is committed to safety of workers in the unorganized sector. I wanted to say one word to the unorganized sector. All the existing laws are meant for organized sector that constitute only 7% of the workers, but whereas 93% of the workforce is unorganized sector. So my priority will be this unorganized sector should be get into social security. Social security, and also as you are discussing the subject about this health, safety and environment at workplace, this unorganized sector, which also should be given more importance, so that India will be shaped into different form. So I wish this conference be a success and thank the organizers for inviting me to the here with you, all of you. Once again, I thank you very much.